Hey all, welcome back to Awful Stories. I'm Matt, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe for daily videos. The first story we're going to cover is titled, Have to Go Watch My Mom Die Again Tomorrow, I Hope. This was posted to the True Off My Chest subreddit by a user named October Skank. This will be short because my brain is rotted. My mom has ALS. She was in a nursing home, about to go to hospice. She got pneumonia and was sent back to the hospital. Pneumonia is a death sentence with ALS. Her breathing mask and machine are basically her life support. She's pretty much fully paralyzed except for some movement in her right hand. She cannot speak and hasn't in over 6 months. She points to letters on a piece of paper to spell things out. It's still very difficult. A couple of words can take quite a while. She gets very frustrated and emotional, and I cannot describe how awful it is to watch. She doesn't want to live like this anymore. We agreed with her to all come in this morning and take her off life support. As of right now, she is still alive, but we had to go home out of pure exhaustion. I hadn't eaten, was exhausted, and honestly seeing stars by the end. My siblings and dad watched my mom get pumped full of drugs and suffocate all day. And in a few hours, if she's still here, we have to do it again. I hope she's still here because I'm guilt ridden and terrified that she may die alone. So I hope I get back there to be with her. But the way I watched her suffer today is indescribable. A couple times I thought she changed her mind and was asking for the mask back on, wide eyed, waving her one hand at us, crying, panicking, the coughing but not being able to cough out the phlegm, the way she lays there, open mouthed, half naked, tired of shitting herself, suffering, ready to die but terrified. My beautiful mom, watching my siblings cry, watching my brother in law cry, watching my dad cry and tell her she's not leaving us. She's just going somewhere else and we'll catch up. But how he doesn't know who's gonna laugh at the things he says now because nobody gets it like her. When we left, she was sleeping very peacefully. Her breathing was shitty but steady, better compared to the first half of the day. She's just completely drugged out now. Mom, I love you. I'm sorry I had to leave, and I hope I get to come hold your hand again tomorrow so you're not alone. But I understand if you are just tired and don't want to stick around. Update. Mom passed this morning. My dad was with her. My sister and I missed her last breath by less than 20 seconds. She still had a heartbeat, so I was still able to speak with her and have her here. I love you, Mom. I'm glad it doesn't have to hurt anymore. Man, this post really hit home for me. Coming from someone who's also had to watch a parent pass away. ALS is absolutely terrifying. The way it progressively takes away every bit of control from someone you love is heartbreaking. The exhaustion, helplessness, and the emotional roller coaster of seeing someone suffer that much is beyond words. OP's honesty about the pain, fear, and guilt is so raw and real. I'm glad that OP made it to her final moments and said those final words, sending some virtual hugs to OP. Graphite said, Say goodbye and whisper to your mother, You can go now, Mom. I'm okay. I love you. I had to say those exact words to my mother 7 months ago, and I'm glad I was able to. Outside Ambition said, Please know that most animals, including humans, will wait for a quiet time alone to pass. This isn't anything you can control, and you should never feel guilty for not being there. You've been there when she needed it, and this last part is often done alone, in the quiet wee hours of the morning. I believe it's because family and friends have given them enough wonderful thoughts to close their eyes and think about. This is one of the hardest things you'll ever go through. Take some time, make sure you're eating, drink lots more water than you think you need, and give yourself some grace. The second story for today is titled, She Swears She Was a Good, Kind Mom, but My Diary Tells a Different Story. This too was posted to the True Off My Chest subreddit by a user named Bella Bell. My mom is currently upset that my older sister, who moved 3 states away, is keeping her kids from staying over during school breaks. My sister gave an ultimatum. Either my parents go to therapy, or the kids will only be around them while supervised. My parents have never been kind to each other. They defend their frequent explosive arguments and strings of insults by saying that their marriage wouldn't have lasted 45 years if something was wrong. Arguing is our love language. My mom tells me, sobbing, that she is in her deepest ever depression because my sister is holding her grandkids hostage. The reality is, my sister is protecting her kids from people who should be considered safe. So this style of love isn't modeled to them. My siblings and I know firsthand what that does to kids. She tells me, I don't know why my sister resents me so much. I know I wasn't perfect, but I was a working mom, and she has no idea how hard we had it. I wasn't mean. I wasn't cruel. I didn't scream at you guys. I was stern, but I wasn't a bad mom. I don't remember much from my childhood. My teens and 20s were absolutely terrible, but anything before high school was fuzzy or blank. This includes when my sister still lived at home, so I have near zero memory of ever living or growing up with her. Thankfully, I kept a diary between ages 10 and 16, albeit with large gaps and sparse entries. I recently read it for the first time in over a decade and couldn't believe what I had written. What started as entries about hobbies or friends eventually turned into a catalog of hostile interactions, screaming, punishments, occasional hitting, and just outright meanness. For every benign entry about Twilight or sixth grade camp, there were 3 to 4 about what my mom or dad was mad at me for that day. Hearing my mom say, "I wasn't cruel. I didn't scream," stunned me into silence. Does she really not remember any of that? Then again, I guess I forgot too, at least the early years. But surely she remembers kicking my sister out of the house for buying her own toiletries, right? Surely she remembers the red in the face screaming at me last year just days before my wedding, right? Should I show her my diary? Would she believe it? Or would 12-year-old me just be called a liar? She says she won't go to therapy because then sister wins and gets to hold that over their heads. Besides, she says they're old and stuck in their ways. It's a monumental waste of her time. Please, people, go to therapy. Therm Nathan said, won't go to therapy because then the sister wins. Bad news, lady. The sister won the moment she moved 3 states away. Ancient Awareness said, my mum honestly doesn't remember stuff from my childhood that I remember as clear as day. The shouting, hitting, kicking, etc. I think this is because she is trying to protect herself, as that isn't the person she wants to be and isn't the sort of behavior she supports, so she has blanked it all from her memory. This third and final story is titled, I Know It's the End, and was posted to the relationship subreddit by a user named Treesap. My boyfriend, 28M, and I, 28F, have been together almost 5 years. We live together in my house, have pets together, and overall share a lot of life with each other. However, over the last few years, but more so in recent months, I've been feeling myself distancing from our relationship. He's essentially become a roommate, and not an overly good one at that, not contributing financially towards groceries or household items, imbalance, of chores, and inattentive to me. About a month ago, I brought up my feelings of being detached from the relationship and how things don't feel even around the house. He was extremely emotional during this talk and emphasized how he didn't want to lose me and would do anything for me to stay. And nothing changed. He gave me money for groceries for the first time since June and cleaned the kitchen and later expressed how he felt like he was doing better for me as a result. I left for a visit back home for 10 days, giving myself a lot of time to reflect on our relationship. Coming back, I didn't feel excited to see him, and when I walked through the doors, it was lackluster. He had let plants die that I asked him to water. He hadn't gone grocery shopping, so there was no food in the house, and it appeared that no chores got done. It felt like he got a vacation for himself too while I was away. These actions have made me feel more distanced, and I think I need to end things. But to be honest, I'm having a hard time coming to terms with that. I know that my lost feelings aren't coming back. I've grieved the relationship, but I feel so stuck knowing I'm going to devastate this man that I really do still love. Every day for the last 2 weeks, I've thought, today is the day I'm going to rip the band aid off, and then made an excuse as to why I can't do it. What things can I tell myself to take the leap? Or does this feel like something that should be given the effort to try to repair? I'm feeling such a weight on my shoulders with being stuck between letting go and holding on. Auntie Chi said, the hardest part is having the conversation, but you will feel so much lighter once you're done. It's scary to let go. You don't want to hurt the man you love, but think of it this way. You've clearly expressed what you need, and he is doing nothing to fix your relationship. You can't fix it, only he can. Nothing you do will make any difference. By doing nothing and expecting you to keep doing all the work, he is hurting you daily and doesn't care. He knows you're doing all the work, and he's taking advantage of it. That's not what you do to someone you love. He may feel love for you, but by taking advantage of you, he's not acting with love. It's over. The hardest part will be having the conversation. Write out the key things you want to say in bullet points so you know what to say going in. Have a phrase or two ready to use when he begs or makes more promises. Something like, my mind is made up. You've made promises before. It's over now. Be clear and direct. Make a plan to leave the house or do whatever you need to do. Don't stay in the same place that night. If you have a plan, it will be easier to execute. Good luck. You've got this. Catter said. He was extremely emotional during this talk and emphasized that he didn't want to lose me and would do anything for me to stay. Anything except the things you told him made you unhappy. Think about this. You're here twisting yourself into knots about hurting him, despite the fact that you are clearly unhappy in this relationship. Conversely, when you expressed your unhappiness, he promised the world, but did absolutely nothing when given the opportunity to act. I know it's an oversimplification, But your unhappiness isn't a sufficient motivator for him to change. Only when you tell him you're actually going to leave, suddenly impacting his happiness, does he become ready to do something. You gave him a chance to show you he was making an effort. He didn't. Go find your peace.